They put the mustard on all their stuff in Colorado.
Travis Hunter, that's the one that plays offense and
Yeah, he
defense.
play offense and
Okay,
D.
okay,
Play good in both areas.
Yeah.
Right,
Defense and offense.
okay.
He played about 40% of the snaps on defense.
Oh wow. Okay.
My boys won. I'm happy for that.
Who's that?
Defending champs, dude.
Ohio State? No, I mean
Wow.
Georgia. Oh, Michigan.
What that sound like?
The cheaters are over.
We're not cheating.
They're in with the Chargers now. So
Oh wow.
y'all ain't gonna do but so much.
Look,
this
we
year.
good now. I got one team. I got two
What happened to
teams
you?
left to
What
win a
happened to you?
championship. Nets and Liberty, and then I'm good. I'm whole. Once
Check
they
the
win
duck.
their
Hit the duck,
championships,
see what happens.
I'm whole. You know
Now,
what I'm
who
saying?
are those two?
The Nets.
The Nets.
I'm waiting for your comment.
No, I mean the Nets.
And the Liberty.
Maybe
The Liberty might get it this year.
Liberty.
Might.
They
Might.
contenders. They contenders. They kind of.
Liberty might
I
get
would
it
like
this
to see
year.
them win, but
I want them to win, man. They've been through too much.
Yeah, they
Too many
they right.
Caitlin and them make the playoffs, they can throw a loop into the. They can throw a loop in the game.
They coming on strong now. I
Yeah.
don't know if anybody been noticing.
Yeah, they.
I mean they're above 500 now, aren't they?
Coming
That's what I'm
on
saying.
strong.
They get in the playoffs.
All
They
right.
can throw a loop into the whole situation.
I don't see them beating up somebody in a
Oh,
series
the
though.
series is not how many games?
Best
the
out of
series
3, I think it
is? Yeah, the
is.
series ain't many.
Yeah, but
No, the series are best out of 3,
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying. It's not many games. That's
Except
what,
for the final. I think the final is best out of 5. I
right,
think it
right.
all it take is getting hot. And,
Yeah, yeah.
Beating
but they-
somebody in their building.
But, and they peaking at the right time.
Right.
You know, we had that discussion about. Remember, we had discussion about rookie of the year,
Right.
and I was like, some of us was like, I think you should just give it to both of them.
No,
Yeah,
I think
but-
yeah.
It's
Last
not
time
looking
I
like
was
that
here,
no
that
more.
was
Yeah,
the
yeah, it was
discussion.
right.
Yeah.
It ain't looking like that right
No,
now.
it ain't looking like that.
It's honestly not. It's not looking like that right
Well, I mean,
now.
what's name's a good rebounder.
No, she's good. She's
but
good.
she can't make a basket to save
But-
her life,
but,
man. Come on, man. Make a
Caitlin
layup.
is making passes. Well, we knew she
That's
was
the
a
best
passer.
to me. That's the best part of her game is
Yeah.
her passing
Oh, yeah.
ability.
She
Yeah.
dropping dimes.
Right.
Yeah, she's looking up court. Like she's doing things I'm wishing Ben Simmons would be healthy and do.
He can do, but he just don't.
Right.
Yeah.
But he needs to be healthy.
About Ben Simmons, you think he's gonna play good?
You think he's gonna
They,
play
they,
this
they
year?
say because it's his contract, yeah, he's gonna play. He's gonna ball out.
Nah,
Everybody's
he's
saying
incapable of balling now.
He's gonna ball out because
So,
his contract, yeah.
you know,
I look at it as he got enough money. He not gonna do nothing this year. That's how I look at it.
You got enough money to do what?
He's getting paid. He's got enough money to retire.
My don't last forever, man. You kidding me?
Next year he's gonna be eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Because he hasn't played for 4 years.
Exactly.
So he'll be eligible
Yo,
next
that's
year for
funny.
the Hall of Fame.
That's funny.
Exactly.
He's eligible.
Right.
Oh,
Fifth-
shoot,
yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. This guy is the biggest crook in the NBA.
Oh,
man. He's just stealing money.
Yes.
You ain't lying
No.
about that.
He just
You
stole
know,
money.
I
It's sad too, man.
I
That's
compare
terrible.
him to the other net that came from Utah.
Utah.
Yeah.
Long way.
Exactly.
Oh, but he played.
Yeah,
he
Ben
played.
he played. He just
played.
didn't play well.
He played. He
But
just he played
nah,
well.
Ben is different
Yeah,
level.
Ben is different.
Ben is mental.
I don't think Ben want to play.
He don't want to play.
He don't
Yeah.
want to play.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's satisfied with what he's getting.
Nah, I said,
Because look, I'm sorry.
Uh,
He not he doesn't like he don't have to just he might not be living off just NBA money. He can invest in something. He can
You don't have no endorsement.
he can it don't matter. He
It
got
does matter,
he got
Greg.
no because he got fast food restaurants. He got
What fast food
I'm
restaurants he
just
got?
saying. I don't know. I'm just
Oh.
saying he can have these things and we don't know about.
You would have heard about it. I mean, you could.
I don't know.
It's not hard to Google him and see what
Right,
you know
Right,
what
but
stuff
did you
that
hear
he
about
has.
did you hear about the billionaire from the 70s? What's my man name from the 60s, from the 70s, 80s, the NBA player?
Junior Bridgman.
You didn't know about that dude.
I didn't know about Ginger Bridgman.
I
You
didn't
kidding
know
me?
about him.
You don't follow it like
I
we
follow
do. Man.
basketball.
No, you don't, man.
Yes,
I've
I
been
do.
knew about
Carmelo,
Junior Bridgman, man.
Carmelo.
Shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Carmelo,
Did you know
Drexler,
about?
Sherman
I
Douglas.
can throw some names out of guys that got businesses that after their career, well, they're doing more better now than they did with their
No, but
playing
that's what
career.
I'm
One
saying.
guy is Jamal Mashburn.
Jamal Mashburn,
Right. But
big
what-
time.
But
Big
what
time.
I'm saying is,
Dave
Dave
Bing,
Bing,
What I'm
exactly.
Vinny Johnson.
what I'm saying is, Ben might not be who
You
y'all
would
think
have heard
he is
about it.
financially.
You would have heard about it.
Uh,
You would have heard about it.
You're
If he
right.
had other, now I'm just saying, I'm not saying he don't, but
Right.
you would have heard about it if he had other business ventures going
right,
on.
Right.
You know?
I said on this show, I've been saying it for years.
Uh,
When Ben Simmons choked in the playoffs when he was with Philly,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because he couldn't make a free throw if his life depended.
Right.
Now he is petrified of the free throw line. So he
And the
can't
basket.
he can't play basketball because he doesn't want to get fouled.
Right.
Because if he goes to the line, he's going to embarrass himself.
Right.
I've been saying this for years. It's mental with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Right.
not about all the little surgeries and injuries.
Right.
I'm not saying he's hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but like I got a bad wrist,
Mhm.
I got
Right.
jammed fingers. If I wanted to, I can go get surgery.
Right.
Right.
But if you're trying to ball, you put that stuff off.
Right.
Ben Simmons, he don't want to ball.
Right.
Right.
He just wants to sit there and wear those weird outfits on the bench, have
He be
people
properly dressed
looking
up.
at him and stuff.
He be properly dressed.
I mean, he's not.
It's not that.
He ain't-
It's just
he
I
ain't-
understand what
Right,
Greg is
right,
saying,
right.
man. Where's your drive to get on the court and prove I
Right.
belong here?
There's no drive.
There's
Right.
no drive. There's nothing, man. We see the same videos every year of him working out.
Right.
Same videos, man. Come on, man. Nobody want to see that stuff. You taking, shots from behind the 3-point line, and then come
Right.
game time, there's nowhere to be found. and
Right.
stuff, man.
I know you're a Net fan. I blame James Harden because James Harden forced the trade that made the Nets get
Right.
Ben Simmons. They knew Ben Simmons was damaged goods.
Right. They knew that.
But they
Right,
made the
right.
trade because
They wanted to get
they
rid of
wanted, they knew Harden was going to leave for nothing. Harden,
Right.
Right.
he put the Nets in a position
Yep.
where they compounded their error
Right.
by getting Ben
Right.
Simmons.
Right.
And
Right.
I mean, no one would have ever expected that he would be this much of a malcontent and
Exactly.
non-player. But I knew he wasn't going to ever.
Well, I
know,
knew
perform.
because I saw him in high school when he played. I knew he had talent, but he gave up on LSU when he
Yes.
was at LSU because he stopped going to school before the tournament started. He stopped going to school because he knew he was going to go in the draft.
Yeah.
So he stopped going to school, and then he bailed on LSU, not really playing hard and whatnot
Yes.
and everything like that. When they got in the tournament, and he bailed on them, so I was like, okay, this dude is like, he's full of it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
all
remember
about him.
He riled against the NBA. He was very vocal about the fact that they wasn't letting high school kids
Coming
come
in.
straight to the
Right.
league.
Mhm,
He was
mhm.
very vocal,
Yeah.
saying that it's unfair,
Mhm.
because he didn't want to earn
He did-
anything. He just
No.
wanted to get his bag right
That's it.
away. He
Right.
didn't want to have to prove himself.
Mhm.
I mean, he just don't have that work ethic.
No, he
you
definitely
know,
don't.
And drive and pride. Somebody with more pride would be out there playing.
I remember LeBron talking about he would have liked to have played with him and whatnot, man.
Yeah.
Talking about back in the day. I think before he even got to the Nets,
Right.
they was talking about it. He wanted to get him, but then that would take the ball out of
Yeah.
LeBron's hand. He
Go-
definitely
go-
ain't having that.
Go ask him now.
Yeah.
He can have him for a song.
But it ain't like he ain't got great vision. He has great vision.
Oh,
as a
we not
point guard.
doubting his.
No,
He has talent.
Right. This is like you said. It's his willfulness to want to play on the court.
Right. To work at it and be even better.
Right.
He
He's
just playing off his talent.
Right.
Now, like the injuries
should
might
have
have derailed it a
how
little
many
bit.
years he's got now? He should have a jump shot right. No, Patrick Ewing.
Right.
Oh, he came in as a defensive player. But
No, he could shoot when he was in college.
Right, but I'm saying,
But they didn't need to go to
Right.
him because they had a good enough
Right.
team around him.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, the thing is, Ben Simmons, and this is what I said when he was making All-Star. He made 3 All-Star teams.
Right.
And when he was making All-Star teams, I thought he was overrated. I mean, I know
The
he
fans
had
was voting.
I know he had the stats
Mhm.
Right.
as far as rebound and assists and
Right.
some points. But in any sport, there's a certain criteria. Like if you're a football player and you're a quarterback, you got to
Right.
throw the ball.
Right.
If you're a baseball player, you got to be able to hit.
Mhm.
Right.
I don't care how good of a fielder you are. if you are the worst hitter in the league,
Right.
you're not an all-star.
No, you're not.
You know, and Ben Simmons is the worst shooter
Shooter.
in
One of the-
basketball.
one of the-
No. See, you keep saying one of them. He is the worst. I'd rather see Taco Fall shoot a
Oh,
jump
my
shot
God.
than to see Ben
Wow.
Simmons shoot a jump shot.
Wow.
There was one season he only attempted, I believe it was, I know it was in the teens,
Right.
shots outside of the paint. I mean, no confidence in here it is.
Right.
You're a ball handler.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, I mean, I think before he got hurt this year, he was shooting, I mean, under 50% from the free throw
Right.
line.
Right.
You know, I mean, you got how are you a ball handler and you
Right.
can't make half your free
Not
throws?
to
And then
mention. Not
You don't
to
need to be in
mention-
the league. Then you
Not-
don't need to be touching the ball.
Right.
You can't be a ball handler if you can't make free throws.
Right.
Because the
That's it.
ball's in your hand so much.
Not to
Yeah.
mention, he'll be right under the basket and pass it to this guy over here.
Because he doesn't want to get fouled.
Right.
If he's
Right.
under the basket,
So he's shying
come
away from
on.
that,
shying
man.
away from
Oh, my
contact.
God.
Because you see, when he's driving down the basket, he gets to like maybe the top of the key or the free throw line, and he's dishing it
Right.
off
And he's
because
Right.
he does like he said, he doesn't want
to
to engage.
Right. It's ridiculous, man. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Doesn't want to
It's
smoke.
like hot ways a hot potato. You take it. I don't
Yeah,
want it.
yeah.
It's a sad. It's sad.
Yeah, man. But so what's going on with your Mets? I see you got your Met jersey on.
Oh, why he got
I'm
that?
riding them to
I
the
was
end,
trying
man.
to
I
ride
think
them.
they had a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I
Right
wanted
now,
to
they
see-
hoping you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat and play a little bit above average against the good teams and whatnot. But now they in a hole, even though they're only one game behind Atlanta now.
Right, three wild card teams.
Right,
make
three
it.
wild.
And,
You know, what was it? Was
they-
it 3 last year?
I believe so.
yeah,
I believe
okay.
so.
So they one game behind Atlanta's the third one, and they're you funny guy, and they're one game behind them. So
I'm sorry, Kurt. I had to-
that's okay, man. That's okay.
They're
And
only
then-
one game behind Atlanta.
Atlanta's
Sorry.
always there.
Were they 9 games over 500?
Yes, they
I
are.
believe
I
if,
think
if
they
you if you asked a Met fan about 2 months ago, we'll be 9 games over 500. You take it, right?
I take it.
You take it.
I take it.
I mean, they're not
Yeah.
having a bad season.
Atlanta's always gonna be their Achilles heel.
Always.
They're always gonna be in that
Right.
area with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You
you
know?
know what? There's other teams got Achilles heel.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's others.
I
Right.
mean,
But being that we in New York, you know, it's
Yeah,
like Red
exactly.
Sox
Atlanta was
games,
always in our way.
right. Atlanta,
Always.
right.
Always.
yeah.
So if they get that last spot, if Atlanta, if that last spot is available, you hope that Atlanta don't be the one to grab it.
And you figure this year because Atlanta, a lot of their stars are out.
Right.
Acuna's out for the season. Their best pitchers out for the season,
Right.
even though they got
And
Sale
here they are
now.
still right there.
Right. Even though they got Sale and he's been pitching well, but the other guy was it Struder?
Okay.
Yeah, he's out. I don't know what's name. The second baseman came back. I don't know if he came back yet. But now's the time to get it. But that year,
Right.
the year that they won, I think Atlanta won. All those guys had they lost. Those guys had great seasons
When they went to the
last year when
It
Philly
was
beat
last
them.
year?
Yeah.
Philly beat them last
Oh,
year.
right,
Philly
right,
got
right,
them.
right, right,
Philly
right,
beat
right,
them last year.
Right.
But those guys had great years.
Right.
The first baseman had 50-something home runs.
Right.
I think he got maybe 20-something, 28. He might have 30, maybe now, because he got hot a little bit. And Acuna's out. So,
Yeah, but the Mets would be fine if they continue to take care of their own business.
let me ask you, Greg. Would you sign the first baseman to a big time?
It's not my money.
Well,
I
just
mean, there's no salary cap.
no, there's not.
So I mean, it's which way you gonna go? If you don't sign them, then you got to replace them. So you're
that's
gonna
it.
have to spend money
Somewhere else, right.
Somewhere else. I mean, by signing them, you can show a level of commitment to your own players,
Right.
which may help in future signings with
Somebody
maybe
else.
some of the lesser
Right.
players. So it's
Because
how
they
you want to run your team.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not my money. I mean, if it was football,
right.
if it was football or hard cap,
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, don't sign him. No.
Right.
No,
Right.
but if you don't have a cap, I mean, you could sign him. If you make a mistake, you could sign somebody else.
Right.
So
Well,
it's different in baseball.
I'm assuming that they might try to go after Soto anyway,
Yeah.
which is going to be ridiculous price anyway.
Right.
Whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you the Yankees, okay, let's switch it up. Would you pay him more than what Judge is getting? You might have to.
I was using the large.
Oh, yeah, I defer to the Yankee fan over here, man. Yeah,
So,
but I mean, like I said, the Yankees,
I'm gonna use my.
like I said, the Yankees try to spend their money wisely.
Right.
So I can see the Yankees signing them, you know, because once you go down that path of signing players
Right.
that have really produced for you,
Right.
I don't see you
Not stopping.
backing out of that.
Back
You
stepping
know,
off of that.
what is your fan base going to say if you let go of an MVP candidate?
Well, especially the year that he's had. He's having the best year that he's had
Right.
in his career so far.
You talking about Judd? Who you talking about?
Soto.
Soto.
Right. He's having the best year of his career. But a lot of it got to do, he's going to be a free agent, and a lot of it got to do, he got Judge batting behind him,
Right.
which plays a big role because they don't want him to get on base and then have Judge come up with people on base. So he's going to get good pitches to hit.
Right.
And he's been hitting.
I look at it as I want to keep my team together as long as I can keep them together. I want to keep them together
Right.
as long as they're still competitive.
Relevant. Right.
Right. To you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're
Because
saying.
I look back at, I'm gonna go football. I look back at when the Raiders in the 70s, they kept the team together as best they
Right.
could.
Mhm.
And then finally in 76, they won it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What you know about that?
Come on, son.
But
I'm that dude. Anyway.
I remember all of that.
And not for nothing. Look at the Celtics.
They kept their team as long as they could till
Right.
Berg started getting hurt.
No, I'm talking about right
now.
now.
Oh, now.
I'm talking about this
Oh.
team. Remember, they lost to Golden State how many years ago?
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they've been just holding them together, keeping them together, and finally they broke it open.
Right.
Because sometimes them other teams that you lost to not gonna be there no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
they made some good offseason moves. You
Right.
talk
They
about
made
yourself.
a few right.
Right.
Right. So, but they kept who they kept,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Now names is I'm losing names now. Tatum
Tatum and
Brown.
Brown.
and what's my other
Brown.
Horford, right? It's
Well,
Horford.
Yeah,
Brown.
we got Al Horford,
Right,
Horford-
Horford, Brown,
Horford,
and
yeah.
right.
Drew Holiday.
Right,
Picked
they
up
kept
Drew
them all, just
Holiday,
keep them there.
but they added Drew Holiday,
Right.
Right, they added Drew Holiday, they added Porzingis, and they added
who was
Right.
a much better
Right.
player than Marcus Smart.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yes.
so that was a
right.
Yeah.
upgrade. Derek White was a pleasant surprise.
Yes.
He's
Right.
really elevated his
Well, I
game.
thought he was a good player when he was on San Antonio.
I always liked Derek White,
Right.
but
You don't see it
he
on a
even-
bad team
He
so much.
even elevated his game to
Yeah.
a higher level.
Yeah, he did.
Especially defensively.
Yeah.
He led all guards in shot
And block
blocks.
shots, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
block
Okay.
shots and you know, so all of that, you know, then but getting back to the Yankees, people like my man Dave over there, he sits there crying about the Yankees and the GM and the manager, and then I look at the boss, you know, the standards, and they in first place.
Yeah. What do
And
you
got
what do you
the best
want?
record in
Let's
the
spoil
American
you.
League.
Let's spoil you. We want flawless victory.
No, you won a championship. You can win
Right.
first place. You only won
Right.
in a long
No, but that's
time.
what I'm saying. So any little thing that go wrong is going to get highlighted because of all those banners in the background.
But the bottom line is you just have to produce when it counts.
Every successful franchise go through that. Lakers go through that. Celtics has been going through that. You hear the Celtics fans and Lakers fans constantly complaining. I'm like, what are you complaining about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Y'all got this many banners, but y'all want to keep winning.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Lakers the last 2 years have been a middle of the road.
Right, but remember what you
Basketball
said.
team.
2 years.
Yeah, but I'm just
Right, the
saying.
Nets has been like that for how many years?
But when has the Yankees been bad to where you should be killing their
Right, because
general
because-
manager or
It's
GM?
been a while.
Right, but
Come on now.
the thing about it is
They're competitive
we're
every
gonna-
year.
Right, but Yankee fans are not going to be satisfied because American League Championship is not what you're going for.
But what happens is you have if you have the best record in baseball and in the American League, obviously you have enough talent on your roster to win a World Series.
Until you lose.
And when you lose, then people start
Right,
crying.
and then that's what right. And because of last year and the year before that, this is why you go state people start headhunting.
Yeah, you crying
saying?
even before you lose.
Start headhunting. You know, I'm going through that right now with Mike Tomlin. I'm ready to get him up out of here.
Well, what do you do
But
to
we're
you,
gonna
man?
see what happens. We're gonna see what happens.
What do you do to you, man?
We're gonna see what happens. He cost Ben 2 more championships.
He cost who? Oh,
Ben.
Bim.
All right. I'll give you another one.
Okay, I'm listening.
Another one from my favorite team.
Okay.
How many championships or finals do you believe Syracuse should have went to with Jim Boeheim as coach?
How many championships?
How many finals do you believe he should have been?
I
to?
thought they should have went to championship. Did they go
in
to Derek
them
Coleman?
80s and yeah, with
That's what you're talking about,
with
Derek
Sherman.
Coleman now.
That's with Sherm. That was
Right.
1 year.
I-
Indiana.
I thought they should have won again.
Right, exactly.
I thought
But
they
I
should.
mean, it's college basketball. You got great players
Coming
throughout the
in,
nation.
right.
Yeah, but then you
You-
lose to
To make it to the Final Four is 6 games, right?
But
I
you-
mean, to make it to the championship, you
Right.
gotta go through 6. You
Right.
can't. If
It
you
is
lose
hard.
one game, you don't get it.
right.
So I mean,
It is hard.
But it's still.
it's
You
a whole
expected
country.
more from them. You expected more than one championship from them. Jim Boeheim.
I would.
Now-
I disagree with that.
Now going into his later years, he went to a few more Final Fours than expected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When the team you felt was underachieving, that's when they did
When they were
work.
playing those zone defenses.
Right. The John Wallace team was an overachieving team.
Yes,
Yes, they
definitely.
was.
The year
Definitely.
before that, do y'all know what happened the year before that? No. I think it was a year. You know what happened the year before that?
Was John Wallace on that team?
Yes.
Lawrence
tell you
Moak-
what
was
happened.
Lawrence Moak on
Yes.
that team? Okay.
The
Po-
Phantom
poetry and motion.
the Phantom timeout.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
had defending Arkansas. We was beating defending Arkansas.
Right.
And we lost to them in overtime because of the Phantom timeout.
Yeah.
And we had possession of the ball.
Wow.
Shout out to poetry and motion.
Yeah, man.
That was one of the
Yeah, I love that
Biggie's
team.
all time
Because
Yeah,
let me
best
tell you something.
basketball players.
That team didn't do good. That team was okay until the tournament. When they got to the tournament, they was balling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were balling. They had that Arkansas game. They stole the ball, and then they called the timeout.
So you was a big Syracuse fan?
I've always been a
Yeah, he
Syracuse
said,
Okay.
yeah.
Always.
I
You
used
go-
to tease him about
you
it
go
all the
back to
time.
the
Only
Louis-
go back to
You go back to the Louis and Bowie show.
I go right. That's it. That's the first I
Wow.
got. Raphael Addison.
Roosevelt Bowie. Wow,
Roosevelt,
man.
That's the
Louis
reason
Orr.
why
Louis Addison?
Louis Orr.
Louis Orr.
He played for the
Raphael
Knicks.
Addison.
Louis
That's
Orr.
right.
Raphael Addison.
Right, Raphael
Louis
Addison.
Orr.
Yeah, Pearl was a little bit
Pearl
later.
came a little
Wow.
later.
Right.
Yeah.
When was Raphael Addison? When did he come in?
He was before the Pearl.
Okay.
Yeah, he was part of that Louis Bowie.
Louis and Bowie?
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I got to play some catch up here. Shout out to John Green, Larry Glenn, Derek Gilchrist, other people on the check-in. All right. I want to shout out everybody that came out to Farmers Day over the weekend. I was working double duty with Chef Primo. Shout out to Chef Primo. I had to get him up here, but he probably home sleeping because he must have worked at least 48 to 60 hours
Ooh.
to prep for Saturday. So
I get it.
again, we were doing two major events. So LL Cool J's basketball tournament, O'Connell Park, did it for the last 3 weekends and whatnot. Shout out to Chef Paul, Chef Stan, Daphne. They was working hard at O'Connell Park. Me and Chef Primo transferred all the food and everything to the park in the early morning. And then in the interim, we came back and started working on Farmers Day. So
Right.
I also want to say rest in peace to my boy Drew that he passed away over the weekend. He was also supposed to be out there, Andrew Chambers. He's supposed to be out there helping out on Farmers Day, but he passed away. Shout out to Scotty Scott, Jeff Smith, Serge Sater, also Todd the Magnificent. Serge
Yeah, what's going on, fellas?
Ronald Wayne. There's a lot of people on the check-in. But yeah, unfortunate for our boy Drew. You know, we used to go to Essence, had a good time. He held me down while I was out there doing a little fake security job while I was in New Orleans. But we had a ball.
Oh,
It was in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. That's when Susan Taylor and all them was on board before Essence changed hands. And we was going out to New Orleans. Me and my boy Nez. Top was out there a couple of times.
Out there.
We had a ball.
Luxury suite, man.
Yeah, we had a ball. We had a ball. But may he rest in peace. We're definitely gonna miss him.
Yeah, definitely.
So shout out. Oh my goodness, I got to shout out. The cats at Bars and Hoops, Steels and Postel. Steels is great, and the bearded one Pop. All right, I had a little technical difficulty, and Pop helped me down. As always, thank you so much. So again, it was just hectic, and all the dignitaries that came out and supported Chef Primo with his event, starting with Congressman Gregory Meeks, the borough president Donovan Richards, Natasha Williams, Leroy Comrie. There's a host of people. LL came through. He graced us with his presence. Waka Flocka, Shannon Briggs. There was a whole bunch of people came out. And next year, again, Primo, he extended his thank yous. It was a long list of thank yous and whatnot, and all the vendors and everything. And his cooks, he had some cooks come up from Missouri. They local guys, they moved to the South, but they hitched their big grills up and they hit the road, they come on up. And I think it was like 3 mega lines. I know they were like a mile long or whatever the case, but we was over there trying to push our podcast information and stuff. That's what we do. We try to get our corner and sell our little doodahs and just hand out literature about the podcast, hoping to get people to tune in. Like my man Mike Williams, he was a track worker. He was out there. Shout out to him. Just recently lost his wife. He was like, yeah, man, I remember, when y'all was doing 24 hours of basketball, and I was able to fulfill my dream playing on the garden floor. That was like back in 2007. And we did the last man standing tournament right there on the garden floor. So with that, hopefully we could get back with the basketball this fall. And I got a little contract with the Nets, and I'm looking to, have my basketball championship on the Barkley court. So unfortunately, I'm rocking out with the Knicks, but they're not giving adults court time at this time. So if I could have rocked out with the Knicks, I would have, but I'm gonna rock out with the Nets, and hopefully we could get that moving right along. So the NFL is starting up. I would like to answer to what Top was saying about me whining about the Yankees.
Oh, you heard that.
I'm not, yeah, well, I'm working on technical difficulties, but you in first place. And 4 weeks, in the last 4 weeks, your record is 16-17.
But you're still in first place.
Because the other teams are playing horrible.
Right.
So
You're supposed to be 10 games up
good.
Right now.
Correct. Our pitching is horrible.
All right?
Our
10
pitching
games.
is
But you're not.
horrible.
And that's why he's mad.
I'm not even mad.
I'm just
But
saying.
realistically, are they really trying to
Win?
Right. It's not
Exactly.
looking good. What are they? Oh, they just try to put seats,
Fans
butts
in the
in the
seats.
seats, right?
Right.
Fans in the seats, really. Is it about winning?
It's always
That-
about winning, but sometimes it
So
don't
you
always
got a
work
winning
out that way.
culture, but you're not really gonna win. If you can see the handwriting on the wall, and I'm not saying that I know, but
Right.
the way
I'm saying you're looking at
it's presently constructed,
right. You're looking. If we all look at the past of all baseball teams, all playoffs.
Mhm.
Once the playoffs start, that pitching becomes much more valuable and much more important.
Much
Oh.
more intense. Yes.
Right.
OMG.
Definitely
Them
important.
dudes are not pitching well.
Right. So, we've had bats before, only to get shut down in the
You basically
postseason.
only got 3 bats
No, but what I'm saying is
Okay.
right now.
we've been a high scoring team before and got
Yes.
shut down.
Right.
So
Well, pitching.
But he's-
Well,
because
in the
the pitch-
playoffs, pitching is much more important.
exactly. And that's what he's talking about.
Well, before we started the show earlier, shout out to our boy Showtime. He's a Miami resident now. Where on earth is that?
Always, when you say Showtime, you make sure you say golf champion Showtime. All right, I'm shouting you out, kid.
Hold on,
I think Greg might have something to
Yeah,
say
I
with
got something to say about
that.
that.
Greg might have
I
something.
win my stairs.
He won a trophy.
I got a whole basement full of trophies.
Okay.
I got a whole basement full of trophies.
You a champion too.
I don't want to cut your mic. I don't want to cut your mic
Go ahead,
off.
go ahead.
But do you know your irons?
No, I don't.
No, he
All
don't
right,
know.
so
He don't
yeah,
know.
please,
He don't
please.
know.
All I know is he has a trophy.
But
he
you
won.
sit next to
Oh, yeah.
royalty
All
over
right.
there. Shout out to my
He
boy.
did- Listen,
Shout out to my boy Huggy, who could come and teach you a thing. All right.
he
So-
being mad humble. He ain't saying nothing.
No,
Because
listen,
because
man.
you jumped up and said something
Yes.
before he could even breathe.
Nah, listen.
You was gonna
Sure.
scrape Showtime? You gonna
Nah,
scrape
shows excellent. Improved his game. Plays 6 times a week now.
Oh my
Got his
God.
own golf cart. He's doing his
He
thing.
got his own
man.
golf cart.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Yo,
pimped
show,
out too.
Wow.
yo,
It's-
show. If you
it's
can,
pimped
give
out
us a
too.
call, show.
And the cart is pimped
If
out.
he's
Oh,
not,
wow.
Mag
why not
wheels,
just take it
yeah.
so hard?
Racing steering wheel.
You know what? You know
Pumping
what?
music while we playing.
Oh wow, wow.
I should have said, yo, happy birthday, Tina. Tina Dixon.
Oh, yeah,
birthday.
shout out
today?
to Tina.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
watch.
Happy birthday to
Yeah.
my brother Mike.
Happy
It's his
birthday,
Happy
Mike.
birthday to you, brother.
And Delroy Prince, the
Oh,
late
oh,
Delroy
wow.
Prince.
Okay,
wow.
Today was
Happy
his
birthday
rest in
peace,
peace.
bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
right.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, that's cool. But again, we got football.
Yes.
We definitely got football. We need to talk about some football. It's a lot going on, and I mean, I think the AFC is a powerhouse as opposed to the NFC a little bit. I think it's a little more competitive.
Yeah, I would
think-
agree with that.
So the NFC is top heavy then. That's what you're saying? It's like top heavy.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say they top heavy, but I think it's going to be more of an intense battle in the AFC.
I just look the NFC as having 2 teams in each division.
Okay.
Like I see, like out west, you got the Rams and the 49ers.
Mhm.
And then in the South, you got Atlanta and Tampa. And then in the East, you got Cowboys and Philly. And so basically, and then you got the Packers and the Lions. And I think all the other teams, I don't believe, have chances other than, so each division is like a 2-team race.
Right. Two teams,
Whereas
rather. Right.
In the AFC, you have some divisions that
I'm looking at-
you can't call them.
Right.
You look at
Right.
like the Central with Cleveland, Cincinnati, Ravens, Pittsburgh. You can't call that division. You can't call it. I mean, I would give the Ravens the favorites,
Right.
but they really changed the dynamic of their team this year. Being that they got Derrick Henry now,
Right.
you got to see how he's going to fit in. I'm anxious to watch them play. I mean, they play what they got the
Thursday
opening
night,
game. They got
right.
the opening game.
They go to Kansas
But-
City.
Now, in my opinion, I see Derrick Henry working out of that. He's like more of an I formation or a split backfield formation type running back. So if
Gonna
Lamar,
create fouls.
right? So if I'm anxious to see how this thing is going to work out with him playing for the Ravens. Can he get up his head of steam to get into the secondary?
Right,
you know?
right.
Well, it's always about your offensive line. If you have good blocking,
No doubt.
and he get a good head of steam, it's gonna be very impressionable yards that he can pick up. Is exactly if you get an opening and it's going to be
If he gets
nice
in,
to watch.
if he gets in your secondary, you got problems.
That is correct.
But yeah, but I agree with you with the NFC not being as strong as the AFC. But what's your opinion about the Lions this year? 'Cause a lot of people are picking them to take it in the NFC.
Where did they improve? Like, even though, the 49ers, I don't know, did they lose somebody?
No, they just, they were just solid last year. They down the stretch, they was just solid. Their offense is solid. The defense really started coming on last year. So a lot of people expected big things out of Lions this year.
Right. I said don't sleep on the Lions a few weeks ago when Ant was calling up here. I said don't sleep on the Lions. So obviously it is still the Lions.
Shout out to Miss Crystal Wilson Campbell on the check-in.
I still have those. We ain't talking basketball.
No,
Not yet. We
need to focus on this football stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So I still have that mindset of
that the Steelers are good.
No, certain teams still have that reputation of being teams that trip up and fold up.
Okay.
Like how the Cowboys do, how the Bengals have always done. And the Lions, they can be in that category.
But
so
Lions,
they have to get past that.
Lions traditionally are not even a good team.
Right.
Last year they proved that they are a good team.
You think they can keep that up this year?
I don't see why not. They have like all of the tools. They have wide receivers, they got running backs, good offensive line, good defensive line. I mean, they're solid throughout their whole team.
Who else in their division? We got the Bears.
Yeah, the Packers. The Packers it is.
Packers and Minnesota, right?
Yeah, they kept them together.
Yeah.
They kept that group together.
John Green said the Lions will be a playoff team, but they will not make the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Okay. And shout out to John. And that's his opinion. But what about Chicago? Do you think that quarterback could do some impressive things and they could have a decent season? Or are they a 500 ball club? Around 500.
Well, you're talking about tradition. Chicago traditionally, their quarterbacks always fall short of expectations.
True.
I mean, you can't even remember the last time one of their quarterbacks was really stepped up.
That was
decent. Decent.
He had a decent. Actually, he only had like 1 or 2 decent seasons, and after that, it was downhill.
Yeah. Well, he got taken out by that cheap shot that time.
Yeah.
That ruined his.
What was the name of that quarterback they had? Oh, goodness.
How far back you going?
Yeah.
The Bears made the Super Bowl a few years ago.
What?
Yeah, but that was with
the Bears.
Was that Rex Grossman? He's talking about with the Colts when they went against the Colts in the rain.
I don't remember
Peyton
that.
won that game. It was in the rain.
It was against the Bears?
Was it Rex Grossman?
Wait a minute. When did the Bears make the Super Bowl?
It was that rainy Super Bowl.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
You remember that, Greg?
Nah, that's
I don't remember that.
in my mind. But
let me
do we got to?
I think it was Rex Grossman though. You don't remember?
I don't remember the Bears making no Super Bowl
but they played
since
85.
Right.
No,
that's
how
make the Super
that's
Bowl
how
system.
boring.
Yeah, I think one time they made.
I
can't remember.
Y'all got to show me that.
Well, listen.
Look it up.
That's how boring the
I'll
Super
look it up.
Bowl
I'll
was.
look it up.
It's not a challenging thing.
I got it because I don't remember
It's a
that.
challenge. It's a challenge.
It's not.
Yeah.
It happened.
I think Rex Grossman was the
coach
quarterback.
a black man, Tubby.
Tubby Smith.
That's correct.
Tubby Smith.
That's
That's basketball, man.
college
And you
basketball.
co-sided
No,
that.
I asked the question.
Tubby Smith.
Tubby.
It was Tubby something.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I
I'ma
like I
look it
said,
up. I'll
it's
look it
just
up. I don't remember that,
escaping my
man.
mind.
Look up Peyton Manning's 2 Super Bowl wins. The Bears is gonna come up.
Yeah. You remember just
'Cause
escaping my
The
memory.
Super Bowl where they have both black coaches, and that is correct.
Yeah.
John Green said it, and it happened.
Okay.
So,
I'm
all of a
not
sudden,
disputing it.
I-
I'm disputing
I
it.
just don't remember
well,
it, man.
and that'll work.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
what I'm saying.
ask him who the quarterback was.
Lovey Smith.
Lovey
Smith.
Yeah, there you go.
Tubby, Lovey. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, Tubby
Yeah.
Smith. I said Tubby Smith. It's Lovey Smith.
Lovey
See
Smith.
that?
Somebody.
See that? We knew it was a Smith.
Yeah. but I
Chubby,
don't.
Lovey, very close.
They have a lot of talent on Chicago.
It was the Peyton Manning years. Just remember
Yeah,
that.
the Bears have a lot of talent right now. Now, can a rookie quarterback? I mean, last year, a couple of rookies did really good. Now,
Shout out to Birdell Fantasy on the check-in.
What's up?
Brother Nub, what's happening, bro?
What's good? What's good?
All right.
Yeah, it was Rex Grossman.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Jay Cutler's who I was thinking about.
Cutler,
All right.
Yeah.
What
Jay
year
Cutler.
was that?
The Rex Grossman years were.
I know it was way past 85.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
it was in the 2000s.
Yeah,
Yes.
Or the
Yeah,
90.
it's-
Yeah, it was in 2000.
yeah, like I said, there was a nondescript team that somehow made the Super
2007.
Bowl.
Thank you, Nub.
He was drafted in 2003.
2007.
Right.
Thank you, Nub.
He played for the Bears 2003
All right,
to
so
2008.
way past 1985.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
86, actually, but
85,
No, it was
86.
85.
85, 86.
85
Right.
Bears.
Shout out
86
to
Giants.
Arnold Jacobs. What up, cuz?
Right, it's 85 Bears, 86 Giants.
mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah, but
And
yeah, getting
84 49ers, I believe.
back to the NFC. So who do you guys like in the NFC?
I think Green Bay. I don't know about the Eagles. I gotta see them play first, man. I don't trust them, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Jalen Hurts did not have a good year.
No,
last
he
year.
didn't. Well, the whole team didn't.
Yeah,
have
no,
a
they
good
were
year.
saying he was telegraphing things, and I think he had a little nagging injuries.
They worked on that.
And, right. So I believe they're gonna be better than what they did.
We'll
or
find out Thursday.
Yeah,
they're not playing Thursday, they're playing Friday.
No, Ravens play.
they play
KC
Friday.
Thursday.
They play Friday.
My bad, Friday.
Yeah,
Ravens play KC Thursday.
yeah, they play.
Oh, Ravens
Yeah.
play KC.
Yeah, that's how they started it off at KC.
So
And what do you think about that?
That's gonna be a game, yo. Woo!
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That's a great way to start it off.
true.
In Kansas City. So
Yeah.
like Kansas City marched into Baltimore and beat them.
Right.
And problem was that they shut them down. They only scored 10 points. So the Ravens definitely got to be playing with a chip on their shoulder. And the
Lamar
start of
gotta
the season,
play.
they
Lamar
got to
gotta
go
play.
in there and show them. In my opinion, this is John Green. There are three teams that can come out of the NFC. And who are they? Let me have them. what do y'all have?
Well, of course, the 49ers. You gotta
You gotta put
gotta
them.
put them as one of the favorites. I gotta still rock with Detroit, and I say, even though they didn't impress me last year, I gotta go with the Eagles because I think Saquon is gonna help that team in the running game and in the passing game. I mean, you got to really contend with Saquon coming out that backfield.
Oh yeah,
So
And my cousin Arnold said the Rams.
that just helps Jalen Hurts even more. If Saquon has a good year and you got to worry about him.
And John Green said the Packers, the Niners, and the Eagles.
Packers, Niners, Eagles.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I said Detroit, Niners, and Eagles.
Hmm.
Yeah, Packers. Jordan Love, he showed a lot last year,
Right,
but I'm still not sold.
I got you.
I mean,
I got you.
everybody's sold on Love.
I just think you guys show me a little bit more progression. I just want to see a little.
I mean,
That Green? Ain't that John?
Can you go back? Call back, caller. Hit the voice.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Detroit and Philly
Go ahead.
because of the running back situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely looking at that. Now, the question is Dallas finally going to get over the hump? And is Purdy really good? That's the question.
Purdy from
Mr. Irrelevant.
49ers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you say his name, right?
Yeah, Purdy.
Well, he's been there
He's been
a
there,
few times
right,
now.
twice
So
now, right. Right.
what are you expecting?
Huh?
What are you expecting from him?
Nah, I'm expecting
I don't think he's that upper echelon
sophomore-
type of quarterback. This guy, you got a good team around him
right. Well, we'll see how it goes.
because they They can't win unless he gets the ball to the guys that so they can
Right.
do their job.
Right.
Now,
He's managing the team.
now, when you say team manager, they had Alex Smith there all those years.
Yes, they
he was
did.
managing the team
Yes,
all
he
those
was.
years,
Right.
and they knew that he wasn't going to get the job done.
Right.
That's why they invested all those draft picks into getting Lance.
Right.
You
Right,
know,
right.
and Lance didn't work out.
Right.
Lucky for them, Purdy, Mr.
Purdy,
Irrelevant,
like,
stepped
stepped
in. But 49ers already showed that if you're not getting the job done,
Right.
you
We
will get
right.
replaced.
You get an exit real quick.
Now,
Yeah, you're gonna get an exit.
The thing
play.
about that
Exit
though
stage
is,
left.
like you said, Purdy's done a good job
Right.
where I think he won't have as short of a leash now
Well, who else could they
because
gonna put in?
he's went to the championship.
But who they
So-
gonna put in?
So,
No,
so did
you're right.
Alex Smith. But so did Alex Smith.
So did Kaepernick too. boy.
Okay,
Right.
so I'm saying they just show you they will replace you.
Right.
Right,
At
right,
some
you
point in
can't get
time,
over
you got to
that.
get over that hurdle
Right.
and
right.
do something. Now he's had opportunities, and he just didn't play well enough
Right,
to get over that.
right.
Because I mean the team is stacked.
The team
I mean
is
they
good.
got y'all did hear about Pearsall, right?
I heard
Being
that, yeah.
shot.
He got out the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah.
He's back home today. But that's unfortunate.
I read that
Right,
funny
right.
because the way I read it, I thought he was part of the robbery
Oh no,
because
no.
it said an attempted robbery. But then
I know you-
I didn't read the story. When I read
Right.
the story
Yeah.
again,
You see the
later,
headline, not the story.
right, there was some 17-year-old kid that tried to rob him and whatnot.
I know
yeah.
you shaking your head like, come on.
Yeah, because that's just the way I read it. I was like, damn, he just got drafted and you
Yeah.
Right,
out
you
here
were
trying to
ready-
rob
right.
somebody?
Come on, man. You got $1 million contract.
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
now.
come on,
But
man.
then it makes more sense now.
Right.
Yeah, but he's a good receiver, nice
Mm-hmm.
possession type receiver, good hands.
Right.
He made the best catch in college football last year.
Okay.
One hand stab.
What school did he go
He
to?
got skipping my mind right
Okay.
now. But yeah, he was real productive. Florida, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, he was real productive last year, and he got drafted 31st
Okay.
in the first round.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was a surprise pick by the 49ers.
Wow.
I think they were sending a message to Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk,
Mm.
like, listen, if you don't sign,
Right.
we got somebody for you,
Oh,
you know. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting in the NFC, you know.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And
I-
since-
I look at it as like you said, like everybody's really
No.
close. Like you really can't pull somebody out of there and say they're going. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, no
now
doubt.
I do look at Philly, like you said, I do look at Philly because of the running back.
Oh yeah.
You know, that might change a lot if Saquon stays healthy.
Yeah, but since my brother Nub is listening, you know, I mean, they got Zeke Elliott running back, so they should do okay.
Right.
shout out
Give me a
Eugene
laugh. Give me the
Hazel
laugh. The laugh hit.
with the organization and the budding young superstar.
There you
quarterback.
go. Zeke Elliott.
Jordan Love,
Number one running back in the
Niners
NFC.
and the likes of the Lions and Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Gene Hazel. You think Green Bay could be a problem?
I think the Jets finally said that guy they got from the Eagles. They said we're looking to trade him now.
Oh yeah.
The was it Reddick? Is that his name?
Oh, they put him on the trade
Yeah.
block.
Well, they said they're looking for at least a second round pick for him.
Yeah. Well,
They
yeah.
gave up a third round pick.
Gave
again.
up a third. I'll take a third back, get rid
Mhm.
of him, and reset. I mean, I'm usually hard on my general manager,
Mhm.
but it'd be hard for me to believe him. And going by what Reddick said
Right.
when he first introduced himself on
Right.
the Jets, that he was going to come in and play.
Hey,